Now, they do have something quite interesting that is built into DEX that for me at least, right, I've not seen in any other index. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nique Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about DEX by Lloyd and Javier Fuenmayor. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, thanks for spending some time with me today. So on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about something that I think many people have been wanting to hear about, right? This is for DEX, okay? And not just, in the magic community, friends, magician friends, obviously, who have seen me, post about this, right? That I've got it. They've also been really interested to find out about, my opinions about it. In fact, the past week or so, I've been really busy just kind of answering people's questions on Facebook, on Instagram, via emails even. But I've had this for about a week. I've been playing around with it every day, all right? And I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to give you guys my opinion about DEX. So what is DEX? Well, DEX is a card index. Okay, a card index that is built and designed to be used from your pocket, all right, from a jeans pocket or from a pants pocket. So it will house a whole deck of playing cards, okay? Well, not exactly a whole deck. I think, I might as well address that issue now. So it will house and it will index 48 cards, okay? 48 cards because the aces are not kind of accounted for. Okay, so there are no built-in slots, okay, for the aces, okay, but they do teach you a way of handling the aces as well. So you can include the aces if you wish. But during performances such as name a card kind of routines, I think we tend to shy away from aces being named or picture cards being named anyway, right? So I don't really see an issue, with not including the aces in the system. They will fit, okay? There is a way to get around it, but I don't see an issue with them not being in there, okay? Because for some reason, for me, when they name a card such as the 8 of clubs, it's more satisfying to perform the routine rather than them naming the ace of spades. So yes, this is a pocket index for playing cards. Now, if you have attended any of my lectures, okay, any of my online lectures perhaps, all right, even the one that I did at My Invention X, I'm obviously a big fan of pocket indexes, right? I've taught, in my lecture as well how to construct your own pocket index, okay, for billets actually, but not for playing cards. So as much as I love indexes, the strange thing is I had no idea about DEX. Only when Javier contacted me over Instagram and told me that he would like to send me a unit for me to chat about on this show, only then did I find out about it. And then when I started doing some research, I found out that there was actually a really big buzz about this product, even before it was released, right? Like I think about a year maybe. So what do you get when you purchase DEX? Well, DEX comes to you in this really nice looking metal tin. Okay, I can't remember the last time I had a prop arrive in a metal box. I think the last time I got something was probably Sixth Sense by Hugo Shelley. It was like in a metal tin, but this is like the first I've seen in a long time. All right, so really nice looking metal tin. All right, from Murphy's Studio. Inside the tin, of course, you will get the unit, all right, the index itself. I'll talk about that in just a while, but in addition to the index, you will also get access to 9 hours or so of video. It's crazy. It's a monster video project, all right, that these guys have put in. I could probably watch the original Star Wars trilogy in that amount of time. So the video tutorials are really in-depth, okay? So first of all, you will have Lloyd along with Javier. They will take you through the whole creation process, okay? So they will take you through all the early prototypes, all right, the early designs of this index that they now call DEX. So looking at all of the previous incarnations, okay, of this particular index, you can see how it finally arrived to what it is today. They'll both also teach you exactly how to set up your DEX unit, how to quickly locate any playing card. They'll give you some practice tips as well. And then of course in the other videos, all right, in the other volumes, there will be routines, all right, routines that are taught. There's a wide variety of routines. And I think it's really interesting to see how a pocket index built for playing cards can be applied to so many things apart from just playing cards. There are routines with star signs, there's a color match routine that is taught on the video as well. And then there's also a volume that is just showing live performances. So Javier will hit the street, okay, and he will take DEX out for a spin and perform just incredible card magic, all right, for lay people. So when it comes to pocket indexes, okay, there have been quite a couple that have been released over the years, right? And personally for me, I've been using one that is of my own design, okay? But it is based on The Advocate that was released by Daniel Madison many years ago. I mean, I first got it, you know, when it first came out, I don't know, a decade or so ago. And I really got a lot of mileage out of it. So I think when it comes to indexes, all right, and purchasing an index, choosing one to use, we as magicians tend to think of a couple of criteria, right? So first of all, many of us are concerned about the bulge. And granted, that is an important consideration, you know, how it sits in your pocket, right? Whether, you know, there's a silhouette of the gimmick, all right, let's call it that, of it in your pants, okay? So there's going to be like a bulge in your pants pocket area, right? So many of us will be concerned with that. Then there is a consideration about the ease of use and the speed of retrieval. Okay, so I think this one, sometimes, you know, when it comes to this sort of thing, we tend to like to think of it as this is the fastest system, this is the fastest index, you know, and, you know, this is like the one that gets you the card like the fastest, you know, there's no index faster than this, you know, that sort of, you know, approach to indexes. And, well, to me, it's not that important, I think. For me, I think it's more valuable, all right, as a professional performer, to have accuracy, okay? And Lloyd does talk about this as well, I recall, on the video, right? It's not so much about the speed, but the accuracy at which you can get the correct card. Another consideration for the strolling performer, for the mingling performer, is that of reset. In my experience performing index work, you know, I didn't really have to reset the index like for every single group. You know, I probably could go for, you know, 3 or 4 groups, you know, before I felt that, you know, I needed to kind of reset the index, okay? But, well, it's not really a problem, I suppose. All I need is just, you know, a couple of, you know, a minute or so just to head off somewhere and just quickly reset the index. Alright guys, so just to give you guys an idea about how DEX looks like when I use it, okay, I'm going to try to retrieve a couple of cards for you, okay, random playing cards. And I don't know, get a sense of how smooth it is, the speed maybe not the speed, all right, because I've only had it for, I don't know, about a week or so, so I may not be as fast, okay, but I will try my best and see if I can do it justice, okay? So let's try this, okay? The first card, I will try to do this in one take, okay? So the first card is the Jack of Clubs, all right? So I think I've got, there we go, the Jack of Clubs. Okay, that's the first card over there. We'll try one more. The next one is the 10 of Hearts, right? And I think it is here. There we go, the 10 of Hearts. Okay, so we'll do one more. Just make sure everything is in place. Okay, we'll try one more. The 6 of Clubs. Yeah. So I think we would have it. There we go, the 6 of Clubs. Okay, 6 of Clubs. And we'll do one more. Okay, I'm just going to push my luck here. We'll just try one more. The 9 of Clubs. Okay, so that would be the 9 of Clubs. Okay, so that's 4 cards for you. What you can also do is to pull out a 4 of a kind. Okay, just let me make sure everything is in place, because sometimes, you know, things get a bit messed up. So we've had a 9, a 10, a 6, and a Jack. I'll go for a value that, you know, hasn't been called yet, and I'll try to get all 4 of them, okay? So the ace. Unfortunately, I don't have the aces set up, okay, but we'll try a different one. The Jack, we already have a Jack there. The kings. Okay, so the kings would be over here, I think. I hope I got them. And there we go. All 4 kings. Okay, so not too bad, I think, for, you know, just a couple of days of use. Okay, but I think hopefully that gives you an idea of how DEX looks like in performance. So that was the quick demonstration by me of DEX. Okay, as you can tell, you know, I've not been, you know, using it that long. You know, it's still a little bit fiddly for me, but I can kind of get the cards, right? So it does do its job. So first of all, let's talk about how it sits in your pocket, all right? How big is it, okay? And I think Lloyd and Javier have been quite strict, I think, you know, about keeping the design of DEX off screen. Okay, so I can't really show you the unit itself, okay? But I can tell you that when you place it into your pocket, it kind of feels like, well, it feels like a wallet of sorts. Okay, so if you want to just feel how it feels like in your pocket right now, DEX, if you've got a standard bifold men's wallet, place that into your front, you know, pants pocket, and you will have the rough feel of what it will feel like in your pocket. In terms of the bulge as well, you know, from the outside, I think, well, it can't be that small, obviously, right? It is a deck of cards, so it can't be smaller than a deck of cards, right? So I will say that it, yeah, again, you know, the comparison about it being like a wallet will still come to mind, you know? I mean, if I were to lift up my shirt, all right, or my t-shirt, whatever I'm wearing on top, and if I expose the pocket, then yeah, if you know what to look for, you can probably see a large wallet there, okay? But if you are performing, you know, your shirt is down, your jacket is, you know, covering it at the side, you don't really get to see much, I think. So let's talk about the system that is used and the ease of retrieval of the cards, okay? Now, DEX is kind of a bit necky, okay? It's not going to be something that you can pick up like immediately, you know? Well, some people may, you know, I don't know, people are different, but for me at least, there was a bit of a learning curve. I had to get used to thinking about the placement of certain things in a certain way, and I had to know for how to feel for certain things. So that kind of took some time. So I don't think if you've got experience using card indexes, all right, because I do, all right, I certainly have experience using, you know, indexes. I don't think that kind of helps, you know. You can probably just be as good as anyone else learning how to use DEX, you know, even if you don't have any experience, okay? So again, it will take a bit of work, but it is logical, okay? It is logical, and once you kind of get used to it and you're familiar with the unit and how it feels, all right, in your pocket, then that's when the speed will start to come. So locating the values is not that bad. All right, it's not that bad. In fact, it is quite fast. The tricky thing is, depending on how you arrange your suits, it can get a little bit tricky for certain suits at certain values. Okay, it's really hard to explain it without just showing it to you, but I found it a little bit tricky for certain values and certain suits. Now, they do have something quite interesting that is built into DEX that for me at least, right, I've not seen in any other index, okay? And this is a little design, okay, that allows you to easily kind of feel each of the individual playing cards in a certain value. It's hard to explain. I don't think it's fair for me to say it here, but there is a little design, okay, for DEX that allows, you know, you to feel the cards quite easily. So I found that quite useful. But again, certain values I found to be tricky, and within those values, certain suits are even trickier. But, you know, all in, I don't think, well, in my opinion at least, you know, I don't think like one index is kind of superior to another. Every time a new index comes up, you are going to like something about it, but you're not going to like something about it as well, you know, and you're going to compare it to previous versions of this kind of a gimmick. So DEX, well, it does its job, You know, it's a great design. I think it's really clever, especially that little addition that allows you to flick through the cards. I thought that was a great addition. But will it suit everybody? I don't know. Okay, to be honest, I don't know, because all of us probably would have different preferences. You know, I mean, you may like the system for retrieval, but maybe you don't like how it sits in your pocket. You know, you don't like the look of it, right? And maybe you like the look of another index, you know, maybe the way your pants is designed, it looks slimmer, but the getting of the card is a little bit more difficult than DEX, right? So you really have to kind of weigh the pros and cons. And unfortunately, the only way to be able to do that is to get the unit, right? I mean, I'm not saying you have to, okay? This is not like an endorsement to buy it, okay? I'm just here to tell you about what I think about it. And you know, short of buying it, okay, I think something else that is wise to do, as with any product that you buy, all right? Just watch other reviewers, you know, get different opinions, and then from there, you know, I hope that will help you to kind of formulate an idea about whether this is suitable for you or not. I will leave you guys with one more thought when it comes to indexes. So we as magicians, as performers, as mentalists, we tend to get really caught up with method, okay? Because that's what drew us to this whole beautiful thing to begin with, right? Method. And DEX, okay, or like a pocket index, is really just a tool, okay? It gives you a playing card at your fingertips, literally, but the question you need to ask yourself, I think the more important question than how does it look in my pocket, you know, is it expensive, or you know, how fast can I get the card? Those are important questions, but I think the more important question to ask yourself is, what do you do with the card after you have it? Because if you don't think about that, you're going to have a situation where, you know, you have the perfect index, right? Name a card and 6 of spades, boom, you have it. But what do you do with it, right? How do you use that skill that you have, that ability, in a clever and deceptive way? Okay, so it's the same with peak wallets, right? We all love peak wallets. You have the information. What do you do with the information? Okay, and I think those are important questions as well to think about while we are busy just shopping for the next best, latest and greatest product out there. So I'd like to thank Javier, Fuenmayor, and Murphy's Magic for sending a copy of DEX over to me so that I can chat about it with you guys on this show. If you're interested to pick up a copy of DEX, I do believe you can pick it up from your favorite magic dealers out there. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that and got something out of it. And till the next episode, I do hope you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.